Hey, yo, what's up, my
Yo,
guy?
what's up, bro?
Hey, man, same old thing, can't call it.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hope you had a great Turkey Day. If your Turkey Day was like mine or B Hills, you watched all three games. The Bills overcame a tough test by the Lions. The Dallas Cowboys overcame a halftime deficit, although a small one, to beat the New York Giants. And if you like me, you had a lot of family over, some aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and hopefully a lot of cousins. Primetime cousins, by the way. My man
Yeah.
showed up at prime time. Primetime cousins is the thing now. So with that being said, my name is Corey Hilliard. The man next to me is Brandon Hill, aka B Hill, aka B Skull for my boy, because they came up with a big one. We are the house divided. If you've been here before, you know what to do. Come on in, have some of these leftovers from the yesterday. If this is your first time, me, Casa, Su Casa, but whether it's your first time or you've been here before, my boy B Hill got to hit you with the house rules.
You guys know what it is already. I shouldn't even really have to explain myself. If you guys are regular viewers, it goes without being said. But hop down there, that subscribe button. Go ahead and punch that right there. That notification bell, hit that as well. That's going to keep you up to date and notified on all our latest and greatest content. Another thing for us, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, everything, there's a thumbs up button down there. Go ahead and hit that too. That's going to help with the algorithm and the platform that we want to get out on for people to be able to view our content. And last but not least, guys, hop down there in that comment box. We really want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you think about the show. You think we should keep continuing to do it? What kind of topics do you think we should discuss? Do you think what we're doing with the NFL talks? Do you want us to add something else into it? Let us know either way, guys. So, without further ado, Turkey Day, man. It was Turkey Day or Ham Day. I call it Ham Day at my place. I'm not really much of the turkey guy. I didn't do the turkey. I just did the ham. But
To each his own.
It's to each his own. It's your preference. Tomato, whichever way you want to go with it. But man, when we talk about sitting down and actually watching some football yesterday, man, it was literally 3 games, jam-packed day of great football. Like we were just talking about it a second ago, man. There's not even no more good matchups on Sunday. I mean, it's pretty much all. It's some hogwash stuff on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put the teams on display to be able to play. The first game that I want to discuss, we're going to go in order of the times that they were played. The Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions. These were one of those games I said going into it. The Bills wasn't going to cover that 10-point spread. You know what I'm saying? The Detroit Lions was going to show up and play. I wouldn't have been surprised if they won it. And man, they ultimately it just came down to, and then I'm going to pass this over to you and then I'll discuss after you a little bit, but I'm going to let you have the floor on this. It literally came down to Detroit Lions they left too much time on the clock after they kicked that field goal to tie it up. I mean, I think they left like 23 or 24 seconds on the clock. That's
23.
That's too much time, man. I mean, and that throw that Josh Allen made to Stephon Diggs. Oh my gosh. Dude.
So that was on a road.
Because I was low-key, I was rooting for the Detroit Lions, man. I was like, man, make the Bills look more of a fraud than what they already are.
Appreciate it.
I'm tired of hearing about this Josh Allen thing. To me, stop talking about the dude's injury. Stop it, because he's out there, he's playing. If you're playing, you're playing. I don't want to hear nothing. No excuses. Get out. If you're hurt and you want to make excuses, sit your ass on the sideline. Otherwise, I don't want to hear nothing. Josh Allen in this game, 24 for 42, man. I mean, 2 touchdowns, interceptions. You guys were on him, though. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, them boys, you guys got some nice little pieces. And this was all done without Okudah at corner. He was out of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave it there. I ain't going to say no more. I'm going to let you go ahead and give me your take on this game. What'd you think about it?
Man, you know me, there's no more victories when it comes to football. Either you win or you lose. At the end of the year, when you have that schedule and the results, there's no score. There's no pictures on the scoreboard. So I was highly disappointed at the end of the day. I thought we played a good enough game to win it. Badgley missing a field goal when it was 19-14 hurt. Absolutely hurt. I felt like we went toe-to-toe with a team that was everybody's preseason Super Bowl favorite, at least to come out the AFC. So on one token, I got to look at it like my Lions are headed in a direction, a right direction, where we could fight with any team, show up, play ball,
Absolutely.
knowing that it's not going to be a blowout. But on the other hand, it's what Dan Campbell's been preaching to this team for the longest. We're this close. We're this close. We're this close. At some point, you're going to have to start making plays where it's not this close to where you're actually winning the games. I love Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. I thought they played their asses off. Secondary left a lot to be desired with Okuda being out. Even though, man, we got a lot of pressure and we got a lot of sacks on Josh Allen, a guy that can break the pocket and run.
Right.
So at the end of the day, man, am I upset? Yeah, I'm upset. 23 seconds, you would think. Back in my day, B, when 23 seconds is left on the clock in a tie game,
usually
that wasn't an issue. It was overtime, right?
Yeah.
But these offenses move the ball so fast now, dog, that 23 seconds is nothing. And you have to give it up to the Bills because they've lived in those close games the past 3 years. They know what it's like. Usually for the Lions, we either getting blown out or losing by multiple scores. And Dan Campbell's trying to teach them to win the right way. And on that journey, right? Yeah. And on that journey, you're going to have to lose a couple of these to where it stings and you turn on the film and it hurts. So you were spot on. I applaud you because your analysis and your take on the last show was 100% spot on. Everything you said, they were going to put up a fight. They weren't going to win. The Bills weren't going to cover the spread. And everything you said was spot on. So kudos to you. And then that's all I got to say.
I mean, hey, one good thing did come out of this game is I had Amon-Ra St. Brown on my fantasy team.
He balled out, man.
He gave me a good start to the week, let me tell you. He gave me almost 28 fantasy points in my PPR league.
He balled.
But, I mean, here's the thing. Going into it, though, if you would have told me that you guys had, like, your second-best corner, I can't remember the guy's name. I'd have to look it up. You probably, number 39. Brown? Was his last name Brown? Golly,
yeah,
I don't want to be disrespectful and just not. I got to look this up. Jacobs. It was Jacobs. That guy, Jerry Jacobs right there, dude, he was in Stephon Diggs' hip pocket the whole entire game. Like, he made one of the, quote-unquote, he's up there, one of the best receivers in the NFL. He made him work for absolutely everything that he got. It just came down to that end of that game, and, like, a guy like Josh Allen just kind of put everything to the side, and he slanged that thing, man, and it was on a rope. And he just caught the ball. Good play. Great players at the end of games will make great plays. But here's the thing a lot of people don't look at, Corey. The Bills were 1-16 in one-score games, I think, over the last 3 or 4 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. They have not done a very good job closing out games and winning those close ones, which is kind of surprising because it's like, how is it that a team that's that terrible in close games, but most people are going to have them as their Super Bowl pick?
I think, bro, you got to look at it with all of those stats, 1-16. Look at last year. They lost in a divisional round with 13 seconds left with the lead. Okay. You go back a year before that, they were in an AFC championship against the Kansas City Chiefs. So their last 2 years they've ended in Arrowhead to the Kansas City Chiefs, which is a hard place to play, in the AFC championship and the AFC divisional round. So, I mean, a lot of those 1 out of 16 was in the regular season. They've obviously, to me, shown in the postseason that they can overcome that. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
They got that last step to take, man. So, I mean, it seems to happen to the Bills a lot. You know, I would trade all of that. I would trade for the 1-16 in close games if that means the Lions had played in the NFC Championship and in the divisional round last year. I'd trade that shit right now. Excuse my language. Yes.
Nah, you good. You good. I mean,
but they got a learning curve. They're on the same learning curve. They got to learn how to win, and that was a big one for them. They got to win.
I mean, hey, man, I'm a Vikings fan, bro, and it was a brutal season for us last year. We had so many close games and everything. I mean, we lost 9 games last year, and I think 8 out of the 9 were within one score, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
one score games, yeah.
So trust me, you're talking to a guy you have to look witnessing his team. We'll talk about it here in a little bit, but witnessing his team learn how to win. But the Detroit Lions, man, I like the pieces that they have. They don't need, and the thing is they're getting Jamison Williams back too. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
It's like that's another playmaker to add with an Amon-Ra St. Brown if he turns out to be what we're projecting him to be, which he's got top end speed. The dude's a freaking baller. ACL injuries aren't what they used to be. It's not a career ender anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Medical science is coming along, which prayers to Von Miller, man. That looked nasty. Just saying.
They said his X-rays and MRI were negative, so he should be back within a reasonable amount of time. Hey,
good, because I don't like seeing that. I mean, that happened to me my senior year in high school. I know how that stuff feels, man. I don't wish that on anybody or any player. So,
no doubt.
Good job, though, man. Like you did say, though, I did pick this one right. I just seen it that way, man. And to me, people were calling my Vikings fraudulent. The Bills look fraudulent if we're just really going to be real. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right there. And the Bills get way more love. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. So is there anything else you want to touch on this game before we move on to this next one?
No, sir.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record player, but I was pretty spot on this one as well.
You were?
You were as well. I went back and watched the tape. You said as well we both had the Cowboys winning this game, but we did not have the Cowboys covering the 9.5 spread that it was at. In the first half, the New York Giants came to play. They were a little undermanned. They were talking about it in the broadcast. I mean, they were missing half their secondary. You know what I'm saying? Missing some receivers, if I'm not mistaken, too. I mean, they're not all offensive linemen were out. I mean, they're not a whole football team right now. And for the first half, they went into halftime up 13-7. But then the second half came around, and the Dallas Cowboys came out, and they flexed their muscles.
Their muscles, yeah.
And I have to say something. I have to apologize because before the game, after what Tony Pollard did last week, I was just literally saying, cut Zeke, get rid of him. What's he got left? You know what I'm saying? And the dude actually came out on Turkey Day, and he was sitting there. You had the old, feed me type stuff.
He showed up.
16 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. And his longest run was 22 yards. Corey, it's been over 3 to 4 seasons since that man's busted out a 20-yard run.
I agree. So, that's a fact.
Zeke looked like prime Zeke, man, there for a little bit. Now, granted, it was 16 carries. Zeke's not getting you 30 to 35 anymore. It's just not going to happen. That's why they had Tony Pollard in there for 18 carries, just 60 yards, though, not quite the production. So, shout out to Zeke on that day against that New York Giants defense that had some injuries. Kudos. That's all he's going to get from me, though. So, other than that, Dak looked okay. I mean, at times, that second half, he looked way better to me. The first half, he threw them a couple of interceptions, and they were just kind of like those, what is that? Like, what are you doing type? Kind of like I do with Kirk Cousins sometimes. Like, well, what in the world did you just, what were you looking at there, man? So, Daniel Jones, though, the Cowboys, literally all they did, man, is they just sat back and they dared him to run, and they dared him to throw the ball. They were rushing people. You know what I'm saying? They were blitzing him, and they said, come on, beat us. Throw it. We're going to pack this box and stop Saquon. Saquon is not going to go off, and good luck beating us.
Yeah.
And it worked out. What's your take on this one?
No, it's exactly spot on. The only reason I think the Giants were up 13-7 at halftime is because of the 2 picks. And it just goes to show you that the turnovers, number one, are a great equalizer in all sports, number one. Number two, if Dak doesn't turn the ball over, this can be a scary team. But when he does, you see what's possible. You see that the Giants can have a 13-7 lead at halftime against an undermanned team. When he doesn't turn the ball over, they flip it in the second half, and they go on 21-0 run. until the very end of the game when they got that last score. Yeah.
Garbage time.
So, to me, the Cowboys go as that goes. Don't turn the ball over. You'll be fine. Throw 2 picks. You're going to be in a dogfight. That's all I got to say about it. It's like you said, we both picked the Cowboys to win. We were both right until the last minute of the game about it being covered. It is what it is, but Dak, don't throw picks. You're good. Dak, throw picks. You're in a dogfight.
I mean, that's any team, though, if you say it, you know what I mean? Your quarterback throws picks, so you give up turnovers. I mean, that's the name of the game, just like what you said. Turnovers are the great equalizer, so they just didn't get enough of them in the health of their players, I think. I mean, just the Cowboys are based – they're playing good football right now, man. I mean, I hate it, too. Oh, my gosh, I hate it so much. But it's just like Michael Parsons had 2 sacks. He was an absolute game wrecker. Yeah, it's scary, man. It really is. But what do you do, man? They won the football game. Good, kudos to them. They're 8-3. But we're not going to be able to judge this football team until I see them go pull up in there to the Lincoln Financial and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They do that, then I'm going to be sitting there like, uh-oh.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah, it is. So we're definitely going to. Oh, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the NFL season. Now, we really going to start seeing who's real and who's fake. We're going to start seeing it. So, you got anything else on this game before we hop into this last one?
Nope.
All right, man. This last one. This was the one I was saying I was really nervous about this game, and then I kind of came out and said we were going to blow them out. I should have stuck to my guns and just said that that I was nervous and it's going to be a close game, because that's just it just seems to be the dang theme this year for my Vikings. Like, we can absolutely not blow anybody out. We just can't do it. And our offense looked good. I mean, Kirk Cousins, shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. 30 for 37, 299 yards, minus that one interception that he threw where he overthrew the guy by like 5 yards over his head.
Mm-hmm.
Minus that, Kirk Cousins was dealing, man. He was taking it. He was in the face. They were all talking about, all the media and everything says he's the worst pressure quarterback in the NFL. When you get him under pressure, he does that. Dude was absolutely throwing dimes. Here's the thing. I think he's finally starting to grasp that Kevin O'Connell offense. I don't know what in the world happened to us last week, but I'm going to be here to say that was an anomaly. Now, the defense, they got to get some ish figured out. Here's the thing. Number 22 on our team, Harrison Smith. One thing that I will credit Mike Zimmer for doing, and Ed Donatel, our defensive coordinator, has not done, you know what that is?
What's that?
Let 22 be 22 and let him eat. He's not blitzing 22. He's literally got him Harrison Smith. He's a good corner cover safety, but he's not a great cover safety. You know what I'm saying? That's not his thing.
Right.
They call him Harrison Hitman Smith for a reason. If that dude is not coming off, I mean, basically Mike Zimmer used to just let him do whatever in the world he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Troy Polamalu type player, stuff like that. Sometimes you just let them go see ball, get ball. That's all I need you to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're just not doing that. And I think that's a missing dynamic. Also, it doesn't help when you're down to your fourth string corner on the other side of Patrick Peterson. I mean, it was freaking Duke Shelley. You ever heard of Duke Shelley? I haven't either until he played for the Vikings last night. So he did a decent job, but let's be real, Corey. The New England Patriots don't have any game records at receiver right now. I mean, they just don't. Maybe Jacoby Myers is the best household name they got over there. So, other than that, man, we couldn't get any run game established. But the Patriots kept single covering Justin Jefferson. And then they tried to double cover Justin Jefferson. And Kirk Cousins, one thing he's doing right now that he hadn't done in the past, and I'm sorry I'm kind of going on and on here, but one thing he hasn't done that he did in the past, he's sitting there and he's just letting it go, man. He's just throwing it up to Justin Jefferson.
Not overthinking it.
He's not. He's not. I mean, he's not scared to throw an interception. I'm not going to be mad at that Kirk Cousins, man. I like the way he's playing, and I'll take 9-2 right now, but we have a lot of stuff to work on that defense. What's your takeaway, Corey? I know I went on there. So
No. I'm going to keep it short because you covered a lot of what I was going to say. My emphasis, when you were at 9-2, I take like a coach / player perspective as opposed to a fan perspective.
Right.
A lot of your fans will be like, hey, we're 9-2, we're doing great. But as a coach or a player, what's going to hinder you in the long run? And here's the biggest thing, man. You guys are great on offense. Y'all are 8th in total points allowed in the all of National Football League. You're dead last in yards per pass a game, passing yards overall in the whole NFL. You're 31st, only in front of the Detroit Lions in total defense points per game, and you're 31st in front of the Detroit Lions and total defense overall. You have the 31st ranked defense, and it's mainly because of your secondary. So that's what concerns me about you guys. Now, the great thing is you guys have built a 9-2 record. You've been able to overcome a huge weakness in a passing league where you have one of the worst secondaries in the league. So that's to be commended. Somehow y'all have negated that and found out a way to like push that to the side and still win 9 out of 11 games, which is crazy. But that stuff's gonna come back to bite you in the ass, man.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because you're going to run into a team that's going to be just take last week for example, or Sunday. Take that for example, Corey. 40-3, man. The Cowboys have playmakers. They have weapons that can neutralize that. I mean, dude, it scares me. It really does. I'm not sold on my team as a Super Bowl contender right now. And I'm a Vikings fan. But here's the thing. Keyshawn Johnson said this on the little Max and Keyshawn and Jay Will show that they do. Keyshawn, and I always respect whenever I hear Keyshawn Johnson or somebody like that played in the league that spits facts to you. He literally said all the playoffs is about his matchups. He was like, the Vikings don't match up well with the Cowboys. They don't. They match up. You know what I'm saying? But maybe we match up better with another team that's going to be in there, and maybe the Cowboys get beat. Because he was talking back to whenever he went to the Super Bowl that year. He said that they didn't want to play I can't remember who the team was, but he said they ended up playing the 49ers instead of the other team because the 49ers beat that team. And they matched up better with them, and they beat them, and they went to the Super Bowl. So to me, if I'm looking at it from a matchup perspective, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think I'd rather play the Philadelphia Eagles than the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Yeah. You want to play
I think I would.
If you're the Vikings, you want to play Jalen Hurts, you want to play Geno Smith, you want to play like a Jimmy Garoppolo even, who can't just light you up. That was the last one on my list. Yeah, that was the last one on my list. I'll back that up. Let me bring it back.
I do not want to play the 49ers in the playoffs. That would be an absolute nightmare.
You want to play. You want to play an inexperienced quarterback.
Let's look at it right now. Let's just take a look at this right now. And like, if the playoffs were to start today, where would we be at? So let me look here. NFL, we'll go into here. How do you go into these standings? Where's the standings at?
I got it pulled up. If it started today, you guys would be playing the New York Giants at home.
Give me that all day.
This is a great matchup. It's a great matchup.
I would love the New York Giants at home. Okay. Who's the you got the Cowboys as the 3 seed right now, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Who's the 3 seed right now?
San Francisco.
Is it because they're division leaders? Is that why?
Yeah, and the Cowboys, they automatic 5 because Philadelphia is still leading their division. So Philadelphia's 1, Vikings 2, San Fran 3, Tampa Bay 4. And then it goes Cowboys, Giants, Seahawks.
Huh. Huh.
I mean, if it started today, y'all would be playing the Giants, and then it would matter who y'all would catch second round, depending on what happens all around you. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. Okay.
I'm sorry. I
was about to say the Cowboys.
Vikings play the Seahawks.
We would play the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Y'all would get the Seahawks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm seeing that wrong.
One too.
Okay.
Give me that one too. I like that. Matchup. Really, anybody but the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, but you would have to see one of those teams in the second round anyway.
No, that's fine. But if I had to face a team in the second round, I would much rather it be really, to be honest, Tampa Bay is probably one of the scariest teams to me just because of Tom Brady. You can't count that guy out when it comes to the playoffs, man. Yeah. You just can't.
Bro, I'm just saying, look, listen to this. Y'all beat the Seahawks, right? San Fran's going to beat the Giants, and then Tampa Bay beats the Cowboys. So at that point, it gets reseeded. Y'all would have the 49ers at home in the second round.
No, we wouldn't.
That's if all the higher seed was.
We'd have the Cowboys because we'd have the higher seed.
No, y'all would have the 2 seed. The 2 plays the 3.
But the 1 seed would get the lowest. You're right.
They would get the Buccaneers.
The 3 seed right now. Okay. Yeah, because I'm going off division based. I got you. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tampa Bay in the second round at home.
You would have to hope the 49ers lose.
I don't know if Tampa Bay's beating the 49ers in the playoffs, man. I don't know if I picked that game.
The 49ers will play the Giants. If the 49ers beat the Giants and y'all beat whoever y'all beat, the Seahawks, y'all play them.
They got it all screwed up because the 1 and 2 seed used to get a bye, and they added that extra team, so they got me all screwed up on how they got.
Yeah, it's a cluster.
It's different. It's different now. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I mean, I like that though. Is there any teams on the outside looking in right now that you think that team can make the playoffs and make a run?
I don't know about making a run, but there's legit 4 teams that can make the playoffs.
Who you got?
The Commanders, the Falcons, because they're in that division with the Buccaneers, the Lions, and the Packers.
Okay.
Anybody below them, I don't trust. I don't trust the Cardinals. I don't trust the Saints. They're both 4-7, as long with the Packers and the Detroit Lions. The Commanders, out of all of those teams, I would trust. And the Falcons have a legit shot, bro, to win at the division.
No, they're not going to.
They do?
But they're not going to. But they won't.
You don't know that?
Come
on. You don't know that, B. You don't know that.
I know that. Trust me.
Bet your salary on it.
Hey,
bet your salary in 401k.
No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing.
So you don't know.
But I had Tampa. Hey, no, but I know that I had Tampa Bay picked in that division, and Tampa Bay's leading the division right now. So I'm looking pretty good as far as my pick goes in that one right there.
They got 6 games left. They got 6 games to mess it up, though.
And they got Tom Brady looking good. Tom Brady's starting to deal, man. They're starting to get healthy. They're starting to get some players back. I'm telling Godwin, Mike Evans, Julio Jones, of whatever sort. I mean, dude, they got, I don't know. They're scary. Tom Brady in the playoffs is scary no matter where he's at or who he's got. Let's just be real.
He's the Michael Myers of the NFL. He just don't die.
I'm just tired of him. I think he's coming back next year, too, if I'm not mistaken.
He probably is, bro. He didn't have divorce. It's all a wrap. He's back.
But looking over in the AFC, though, I mean, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. Really, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't want to play the Titans. They better hope they don't draw the Titans. Although Kansas City's kind of figured out ways to beat them, but the Titans are always one of those teams that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Especially because they'll win a game 3-0 and be happy with it, Corey. They will not. They're not. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're going to ground and pound you the whole dang game with Derrick Henry. I mean, you got the Baltimore Ravens.
That's the team I would not want to see out of all the teams in the playoffs.
Baltimore?
All of them.
Baltimore.
Bro, they're the only team in the last 30 years to start their first 10 games and have a 10-point lead in every game. They're the first team to do that in 35-something plus years, I think they were saying. They're the only team in the first 10 games in the last 35 years to have a 10-point lead in every single game they played in the first 10 weeks. That's not a team you want to see, dog. I'm telling you, that's not a team you want to see. They can easily be 10-0 right now, or 9-1.
Well, I agree.
Or 8-2. They can easily be all of that, and they're 7-3. They have the ability to get up on any team by 10 points.
They do.
No, that's not where you want to be in a playoff game, dog. You don't want to look at the scoreboard and be like, damn, we down 10 points. No, that's not what you want to be doing.
I mean, in the AFC, I would hate to be Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, other than Ryan Tannehill and whoever the Jets got going on over there, he's probably the worst quarterback in the playoffs.
Yeah.
AFC, not NFC. We're not including.
Yeah, it
NFC.
depends on if the Jets make it. And then
they'll have the worst. Well, Tennessee, I mean, Ryan Tannehill, he's not better than
I was just about to say.
But
look at the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tannehill, Lamar Jackson, Tua, Joe Burrow, who just took his team to the Super Bowl last year. And then whoever the Jets trot out there. And God forbid the Chargers bump up and get that 7th spot. Like, ooh,
Man. The Cincinnati Bengals, man, they're getting Jamar Chase back. That's gonna be they starting to look a little scary. I mean, they just right there. They're right there. You know what I'm saying? They're first in their division, or they're second in their division behind Baltimore right now.
Yeah.
But it's
this is exactly where they were last year. They were 6-4 last year, and Baltimore had the division lead. At this time last year, it was the same exact thing for them.
Baltimore or Cincinnati? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because that's division. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
I'm going to have to lean Bengals because it's a bad matchup for the Ravens.
Joe Burrow. That's what Joe Burrow. That's why I would lean.
Joe Mixon.
Because as far as Patrick Mahomes, I would argue to you, looking all across the rest of the playoffs, give me Joe Burrow as the number 2 quarterback in this playoffs behind Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking him over Lamar. I am
too.
I'm taking him over him. I'm definitely taking him over Tua.
Yeah.
I'm taking him over.
The only question is Josh Allen. That's the only question.
To me, that's not a question. Joe Burrow did what Josh Allen couldn't. He beat the Kansas City
Chiefs in Arrowhead. Yeah, you're right.
And went to the Super Bowl on him with the chain and the cigar, stunting on them all. You don't think Joe Burrow's just ready to get to the playoffs right now?
You're right. Facts.
I respect Joe Burrow. I like that dude. I like his swagger. I like everything about Joe Burrow. I would love if he was a Minnesota Viking. You know what I'm saying? Coming back over there, kindling with Justin Jefferson. I honestly think that if Justin Jefferson doesn't sign with us, that's the team he would go to, and that would be absolutely.
Oh God, that would be cheating.
That would be despicable. You can't freaking that band don't need to get back together. But I don't think that's going to happen. The Vikings ain't letting him go nowhere. Just trust me on that one. Justin Jefferson will be a Viking for his whole entire career, or until he's just not worth a damn anymore and they cut him. Which that's not anytime soon because that dude's a baller. But okay, so we said that. So let me hit you with this one. We went over there. You going Miami Dolphins or Tennessee Titans?
Miami. Tyreek Hill and Waddle with Tua.
But I like Tennessee, though, in that matchup because they got Derrick Henry. They can keep that on the sideline. Keep that on the trump card. And the Miami Dolphins ain't shown that they can stop a nosebleed this year, my guy.
That's true, too.
You see what I'm saying? They've literally, if you look at it, you look at the playoffs right now, They've literally, other than my Vikings, have given up the most points. Them, the Seahawks, and my Vikings have given up the most points.
Yeah.
But in the AFC, they have allowed the most points this season for 241 points.
Yeah. Look, I've been screaming about the Titans, bro. It's just what Tannehill's going to do in the playoffs.
You have. I'm the one that hasn't respected the Titans, but I know whenever it gets to playoff time, just the mentality of that football team and just how they can win any game. I mean, literally, Tennessee Titans, they got a ceiling as far as they can beat anybody literally in the NFL on any given Sunday, and they got a floor to where they can literally get blown out by any team. It's a low floor. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good way to put it. Yep.
That's exactly what it is. Just because Derrick Henry is that ultimate game changer, man. I mean, when you got a guy that you can sit there and pound him 30 to 35 times a game, and they literally, I don't think there's been many football games that haven't controlled the time of possession. And that's with Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Quarterback, bro. Yeah. They have a great identity. They have a great identity. They know who they are, what they want to do, what they want to get accomplished. They drafted Malik Willis. He played at 2 games. He was in that Sunday night game against the Chiefs where they had a 17-9 lead at the end of the game. Chiefs go down and score. They have 3 shots at a 2-point conversion. They tie it up, goes overtime, and they win. I think if Tannehill plays that game, bro, they win. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Bro, we got so much time left. You don't know how this thing's going to jumble up. You don't know who's going to play who in the first round.
It's crazy.
It's going to be – the AFC's going to be, to me, nuttier than the NFC.
See, I think it's all nutty. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah. Now, granted, we got 6 more games for the teams that played on Thanksgiving and 7 more games for everybody else still to go. So, a lot can change from then to now. But as of right now, I mean, let's give it. You know, we've given Super Bowl picks before. Let's kind of do it. Who you got? AFC. Who you got coming out? I know that's tough. I just threw you on the spot here, but who you got, man?
AFC, I honestly still like Buffalo. I still like Buffalo. I think they're a bad matchup for the Chiefs. It's just the Chiefs really can't cover them, bro. And I think it's Josh Allen's due to get over that hump. And then in the NFC, bro, to be honest, if you guys beat the 49ers in the second round, dog, I like the Vikings.
Oh, my gosh.
Do.
See, now here's the thing. You know what's crazy?
I'm going to go Bills, Vikings.
This whole season, you've been higher on my Vikings than what I have. Literally, probably
from
this
the jump.
whole yes,
from the jump.
And to this point, you've been right. But I'm just being that classic Vikings fan, just waiting for that moment when they rip my heart out and stomp on it, man. It's happened to me too many times. It's kind of like whenever you dip your toe in the pool to see if it's cold or not. And when that thing cold, you're like, hell no, I ain't getting in that pool. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the Vikings is a cold pool right now, man. I don't want to get in all the way right now. I don't know.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Can I tell you why? Real quick.
Kirk Cousins.
It's Kirk Cousins' 4th, 5th year there. Adam Thielen. You got JJ. This is his 2nd or 3rd year. Third year. JJ's third.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, after you talk, I got something to mention about him.
Dalvin Cook, you guys got a lot of cohesion on offense. If you guys just shrub your defense and get to 20th in the league or something like that, man, you guys got the best chance, I think, weapon-wise. Everything's going for you. Home field advantage. Y'all got the best chance to me to win the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
I would still argue with you, though, that on our defensive side of the ball, while the stats don't look good, they just don't. When the rubber meets the road, they know how to get stops. I mean, they've proven that. Now, granted, that's a slippery slope that you don't want to keep going down. I absolutely agree with you. Because if you keep going down that slope, what happened on Sunday can happen again come playoff time because any one of those teams are capable of doing that. I like that. I don't want to seem biased and pick my team to go to the Super Bowl, but man, I agree with what Keyshawn Johnson said on that show, man. It's all about what we get on matchups. I'm with what you said. If we don't get the 49ers, if we can somehow avoid the 49ers and avoid the Cowboys, I think we got a clear path. That's a lot too, man. That's a lot to ask, though, because I think we're going to see one of those teams. You just got to nut up.
At some point, you got to, to beat a man, you got to beat the man.
No, I get it.
To beat a man, you're going to have to go to one of those two teams. You're going to have to go through and nut up, drop your nuts, show up, and win the damn football game. Or else, what does it mean? Is it really worth it? Is it really as sweet as it would be if you had to run through the Cowboys who blew y'all out or go through the 49ers, who's everybody's sexy pick right now to win the Super Bowl? Yeah. How awesome would it be at the end of February, you're sitting there as the Minnesota Vikings with a Super Bowl championship, and you didn't duck anybody. You had to go through the 49ers or the Cowboys and the Eagles to get that shit done, right? That would just make it all the sweeter.
Corey, I get a Super Bowl. I don't give a damn who we got to go through, my guy. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care if the quarterback goes down the week before. We're playing every team's second string. I would not care. I would enjoy the hell out of the Super Bowl because I've never felt one with them. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, but I got the Kansas City Chiefs coming out of the AFC.
Okay.
That's Patrick Mahomes is out to prove everybody wrong. And I don't know why in the world he even got to do that, man. I mean, is the guy not proven enough?
To me, no.
What?
Not really.
What? Oh, my gosh. No.
In the last 4 years, can I say this before we end the show?
Please. I'd love it.
In the last 4 years, he's won one MVP. He's won one Super Bowl and one Super Bowl MVP. Now, in 4 years, that's awesome. But people talk about him and the Chiefs as if they have won the last 2 or 3 Super Bowls, or they've won 2 out of the last 4, or 3 out of the last 4. The last time I checked, in the last 4 years, they've been to 2 Super Bowls, and they went 1-1. They've lost in the AFC Championship 2 times. They're 2-2 in the AFC Championships. They're 1-1 in Super Bowls. To me, everybody's calling this a dynasty or this dynasty that's supposed to be made. In 4 years, you have 1 Super Bowl. Let me repeat that one more time. Okay. In the last 4 years, they have 1 Super Bowl championship.
Can I push back on that?
Go ahead.
Who else in the playoffs on the AFC or the NFC side besides Tom Brady and the Bucs can say that? Nobody. But still, though. That goes. So it's kind of one of those things right now. That's why I am where I'm at with the Kansas City Chiefs, is because until somebody else does it besides Tom Brady, which we've already classified him as the absolute GOAT. He's the GOAT. If anybody wants to argue with it, you can come pull up to my house and we can talk about it all day. But other than the GOAT, Tom Brady, it's Patrick Mahomes, man. Right now. I'm not talking overall. I'm not talking, I get your little... But the thing is they've went to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. What other team can say that? Not even Tom Brady can say that. Not in the last 4 years.
In that last 4 years, 1 out of the last 4 has ended with them hosting the trophy. That's all I'm saying.
But they went to 2 of them.
You don't get a cookie for going, dog.
No, get some love. Hey, the Buffalo Bills, when they went to how many straight back in the early 90s? They got a bunch of cookies.
And we laugh at them for losing 4 in a row.
They just never had. But hell, I mean.
You asked Joe Burrow how it felt losing last year.
Oh, he hated it. But that's why Joe Burrow.
Ask Jared Goff 4 years how it felt losing to Tom Brady. Right? Ask Patrick Mahomes how it felt 2 years ago losing to Tom Brady. It's nothing good about winning. It's not about, bro, this league.
Did you hear that? Tom Brady. You said Tom Brady twice.
Yeah,
when is he gonna stop, man?
In the last 4, he's got 2. In the last 4, he's got 2.
I hope you're right about that Atlanta Falcons pick that you had, man, about them coming and winning it, because I would love nothing more than to see Tom Brady not in the playoffs.
Bro, they'll be there.
If the Falcons go, yeah, they will. Let's just be on. But if
It's
the
Michael
Falcons
Myers,
the Falcons do
Myers.
win that, we will make the Super Bowl. You can book it. Book it.
I can book it now?
Book it.
So the 49ers don't matter at that point?
Yeah, because the 49ers are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I think, give me Kirk Cousins over Jimmy G, though, man. But our defense is just, we got a lot of things to work on. A lot. Ed Donatel needs to get fired. It's time for him to go. Fire him right now. We got Mike Pettin. Mike Pettin's sitting there as a defensive assistant.
He's a good coach.
So Ed Donatel can go, man. He's trash.
Right.
That shell defense is not working. It's trash. You can't play that kind of defense, especially when you're on the 4th-string quarterback, Corey. You can't do that. You're going to rush 4 the whole damn game? This is the NFL, man. Come on, dude. You got to mix it up with some blitzes or something. But I digress. I'm done talking about that. We're 9-2. We're the 2 seed in the NFC right now. I'm absolutely excited about where my team's at and where they're fixing to go. So we'll sit back and we'll wait and we'll see. Anything else you want to touch on before we hop up off this thing?
No, we good, player. That was it. Great show.
All right, then, man. Well, as always, guys, we want to know, before we hop off here, I do want to know from the fans, hop down in the comment box for me, who y'all got going to the Super Bowl? I had Kansas City and Minnesota. Who y'all got? Y'all think we're absolutely crazy for our Super Bowl picks? Hop down there and let us know about that as well. Also, if you guys are still here 46 minutes later, going on 47, and you haven't subscribed, shame on you. You need to go ahead and hit that button. Hit that bell while you're at it as well. And then give us that thumbs up too if you like the content that you guys are seeing. So, as always, guys, this is the House Divided Podcast. Me and my boy Corey, we signed on in tonight. We're going to sign on out. Peace.
Peace.